Welcome back, ballers. We start in just a minute. Hey, Betty, coffee. Can you guys hear me? What's up, Quantum? Thank you, coffee. Welcome back, ballers, to another episode of the Ball Don't Lie channel. This one titled LeBIBLE or LeBIBLE. Hosted by yours truly, but also co-hosted with a new series working on with Myron Davis, a.k.a. He Got Game. He does have his Instagram handle under the tagline of the little camera thumbnail where we can see it. But Myron, how are you, my friend? Thanks for joining.
Good, man. Thanks for having me again, AJ. What's up, everybody in the chat? How is everybody's evening going?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I would say besides eye to eye with AJ Rambo and Cody, anytime I get to jump on with you, man, is always something I very much look forward to, especially with the stuff you're continuing to share on your page, stemming off of everything that we talked about in our last stream, right? Yeah. So without further ado, Myron, if you wouldn't mind maybe just doing a quick little plug on yourself, quick introduction, a little background, where people can find you and support you and what we're going to dive into today.
Yes, sir. As you know, me and AJ, we are always in connection, but you can find me. I only post on Instagram. My name H3 GOTTGAM3 with the underscore at the end. That's where you can find my Instagram. A lot of the posts I am starting to save in my highlights. That way, if you're just finding out about me, and then you hop on or start to follow me, some of the more important stuff I have saved, so you can just jump in my Instagram and look at my stories, and you can check out what I've put together there. Other than that, man, anytime AJ has me, I'm more than happy to come on. He's always like blowing my mind with a lot of the finds and things that he puts together. So he always gets my mind racing whenever he shares some of his content with me. But that's a little bit about myself.
Appreciate you, Myron. Yeah, I didn't know you would go down such a rabbit hole when I brought up the whole Bullets, Washington Bullets, the Chicago
Bull, man.
You know, and we're gonna kind of end the show with that kind of theme, right? With who's the best shooter and Ja and Clay and all that stuff. So
yeah.
And for anybody that's listening, you guys might notice there is a little bit of a background tune. I thought it would add a little ambiance to it, but if it is distracting, please just let us know. I can always turn it down or turn it off, so no worries. But just to kind of kick things off, one of the biggest things that Myron really pointed out first, not sure if you found this yourself, Myron, but you know, I found this from you. Months ago, we were talking about how LeBron James is entering what could be his final season, right? And if this was his final season, it would make a lot of sense with kind of what we're going to walk the viewers through tonight. You know, I'm going to turn off the music. It's distracting me. I thought I'd give it a shot. Maybe I can get something a little more, maybe it's something a little more, I don't know, calmer. But anyways, so reason being is that this screenshot is from StatMuse, okay? And this is the most updated screenshot from StatMuse as far as how many regular season games LeBron King James has played in his career. This is regular season, not including playoffs. Notice that LeBron, he sat out. How many games did he sit out to start this season?
I think he missed 14.
Kind of like how LA equals 14, of course. And you know what? And he played against the Jazz, right? Well, the Jazz were founded on January 4th, 1-4. So there you go. There. But you guys, this is biblical. Like, this is biblical rituals being carried out with, some would argue, the greatest basketball player of all time. I mean, you know, he's the leading scorer and all that. But notice, you guys, He is 2 games away from entering into his 1,566th career regular season game. King James. Why does that matter? Because King James, the original, was born in the year 1566, right? And I want to say it's like 47 more games after that is all he needs to get through to get to that 1611, which matters because the King James Bible was originally first published in the year 1611, right? So I thought I would kick it off there. So Myron, please continue.
Yes, sir. As you can see on the screen, LeBron James, his championship with Cleveland, of course, he won that on June 19th. But this week, once LeBron, if he does play, assuming his next game is against the Clippers, and then following that, that will be game number 1566 from him. I think that is something to pay attention to because he will be playing against the Dallas Mavericks. And of course, like the Dallas Mavericks greatest player of all time is considered to be Dirk Nowitzki, who also shares King James' birthday of June 19th.
And he wears number 41. King equals 41. LA equals 41, right? I'll stop with the 41s right there.
And if I'm not mistaken, I believe Dirk is age 47 right now, too.
Oh, yeah. No, that quick math 80, 98. Right? Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So I think, Dirk is 47. And of course, LeBron's big decision, as you know, he had the big decision number 2 this year. But the first decision when LeBron went down to Miami, he waited to the finals, and his first finals loss before he was able to get a ring was to Dirk Nowitzki.
That's right. I mean, that whole finals was kind of a big shaming ritual for LeBron, I would argue.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like just the whole build up and the, villain trio, the big 3, and not only for them to lose. Did they lose that series 4-1?
I think 4-2. I think
4-2.
It was 4-2. Yeah, ended in 6. Of course, the 6s that follow LeBron everywhere.
As he wore number 6, and LeBron James equals 42.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just remember that whole series. It was like, I mean, first of all, he played awful. And
yeah, he did.
And when the game mattered most, right? That was like, it was almost like every game. Like when it really mattered, he was just nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
So a little stroll down memory lane there. But yeah, you guys, this is a huge week. If LeBron ends up playing tomorrow against the Clippers, we need to really keep an eye out for Friday. And I don't know, kind of fitting, like the day after Thanksgiving. I don't know, big holiday weekend.
All right.
You know, I don't know much about maybe the biblical ties with things like Thanksgiving. There's kind of different origins of that holiday. Not so thankful in nature, but anyways, yeah. So to recap, Dirk Nowitzki's birthday, same as King James's birthday. And of course, if LeBron plays these next 2 games, he'll be in his 1566th all-time game against the Mavericks, whose biggest face is Dirk. I think it still was even when Luka was in Dallas, but
right.
And of course, I think that's kind of a ritual too. The big face of Luka, who was kind of the new face behind Dirk. Now he's on the Lakers playing with King. So
right. Yeah.
But yeah, I think now we should kind of reel back. Because I know some of this stuff we did touch on in the first presentation, but it's important. It's important to rehash this because the story that you tell with this is just amazing.
So I'll just go from each slide as we continue. Just the 66s that follow LeBron James. His name is 66. LeBron equals 66. You also have 66 books in the King James Bible. Of course, that's LeBron's nickname is King James. Just 66 has been following him in a lot of his accolades. His very first MVP season, the Cavaliers set a franchise record with 66 wins. Then after he had his loss to the Dallas Mavericks and Dirk Nowitzki, who shares King James' birthday, he followed it up by winning his first NBA Finals in a 66-game season because of the lockout. So he, wearing number 6, he wins in a 66-game season to accomplish his first ring. And now you have him in Los Angeles. For you, those of you who don't know, the Los Angeles Lakers are in their 66th season in Los Angeles specifically. And again, when we covered the last string, Magic Johnson is age 66, and they released the NBA schedule this year on Magic Johnson's birthday.
On his 66th birthday.
On his 66th birthday.
And for the record, Texas also equals 66. So for LeBron to go through that, shaming ritual, so to speak, losing to the Texas team, right?
Yeah.
It's just another thing to add into that 66 riddle.
Here, yeah. So 1611, as we've discussed plenty of times, the King James Bible was written and put out, not written, but published in 1611. And that right there is the most regular season games played in NBA history, which it just makes me think, like, how long has this been planned out, and what are the odds of the person who holds the original record being Robert Parrish? As you can see on the right side, Parish is a church. So simultaneously, you have King James, who is aligned with the Bible to eclipse 1611 games over Robert Parrish. So it's more like the King James Bible, keeping it biblically, will surpass Robert Parrish, when Parrish is equivalent to a church.
Yeah, so to re-clarify for the listeners, we're talking about two main numbers here. I know we're throwing out 66 and stuff, which is very important. But keep in mind, we're talking about 1566, which could happen on Friday. And then after that, then we got to follow another 45, 47 games, something like that, to when LeBron would then match that 1611 all-time regular season games played. I think it's very likely it's going to be this season. And because, I mean, if he doesn't hit that regular season record this year, I mean, you got to think he would be coming back.
Yeah, he would have to have
there's no way he's not hitting that number, in my opinion.
Yeah, and the scheduling, how they him. We all know he played the Kings his first game in the NBA. They played the Kings 4 times this year. 3 of those games are on a Sunday. His birthday, he plays the Detroit Pistons. Detroit is where the Lakers franchise originated from. And then I believe on the original King James death day, they play the Brooklyn Nets. So it just consider, if LeBron doesn't miss a game, by the time they play the Brooklyn Nets, that'll be his 58th game played of the season, and we know that's the age that King James died at. So it could go a lot of ways. There's so many things to pay attention to, but him missing the regular season, the first 14 games of the regular season, wasn't a coincidence. The season scheduling wasn't a coincidence, and it's just going to be something to see play out.
Absolutely. Shout out Quantum. Friday is also Black Friday.
Oh no.
So that's a whole other thing to think about.
Yeah.
I just don't see in what universe this particular season LeBron doesn't get to that 1611.
Right.
And then so he doesn't get to that, and then he's going to retire and walk away at 1600. I mean, there's no way.
No way.
But yeah, I'll be really curious to see what team he'll match up with in that particular game. But
yeah,
one step at a time.
Yeah.
And then could you elaborate quickly, just because most people, including myself, before you educated me on it, it was always my understanding that the Lakers originated in Minneapolis, hence the Lakers, the land of 10,000 lakes. But there's a little precursor to that too, right?
Yeah, so before they went to Minneapolis, they played one season as the Detroit Gems. So they played it as the Detroit Gems, and then for whatever reason, after that one season, they upped and shipped their franchise to Minneapolis. And there is a city called Detroit Lakes in Minneapolis. So I think that's kind of interesting to have your team from Detroit move to Minneapolis, and there's a location in Minneapolis called the Detroit Lakes, where you can go and see and visit to this day.
I'm gonna have to look further into that, especially with kind of what you were pointing out with the stuff we had talked about And well, it started with you talking about this LeBron stuff, and then once
Yeah.
I pass it off to Rambo and Cody, with the Donnie Darko stuff we got into, that's that whole that game that we stumbled into. I was like, oh
Yeah, against
God, man.
Detroit, man. And like the Donnie Darko, even having him drafted right before Darko Milicic, it's just like,
Yeah.
yeah. Nobody even thinks about Darko Milicic. So for us to even like see that, as you're pointing out all the Donnie Darko connections, once you sent me Isaiah Stewart's eye, I couldn't believe it, man.
Wearing number 28, and there's 28 days remaining in the movie.
Man.
And it was the same eye. It was everything, dude.
Everything.
Unbelievable. But yeah, back to parish and church.
Yes,
this
sir.
is another really good one right here.
Yeah, so this is about crypto Catholicism. So crypto Catholicism was around during the era of the original King James VI. This is simply a practice where people they converted outwardly to Christianity or other religions, but they still practice Catholicism secretly. I think this is important because I do think a lot of these big time programs, whether it's the NBA, like I know they pay attention to certain religions and things, but I do think a lot of them do follow like a Jewish model. I mean, a Catholic model. I do think they still follow Catholicism. A lot of them do go to Catholic, like private schools. A lot of NBA players, hoopers, their private schools are always typically Catholic. So I think that's something big to pay attention to. And just it so happens that the Lakers changed their name to Crypto Arena as soon as LeBron becomes a Laker. So just putting that connection together, I didn't know too much about crypto Catholicism until I started looking into just like Martin Luther and the 56 Theses and just seeing how much like they went against the Jesuits. But to look and find that crypto Catholicism existed, and then I'm making all of these connections with LeBron and King James to know that existed during the time of King James, and then King James comes over to Los Angeles and they just changed their name to crypto.com arena out of nowhere. I don't think that was by chance either.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more with that one. Yeah, I mean, LeBron went to what was it? He was an Irish, and we'll get into that. But he went to what was it? What was it again? Saint Mary something. Vincent and
Yeah, Saint Vincent, Saint Mary. Yeah, yep. We can go into that in a little bit.
Well, and like with high school ball, I mean, it seems like in the high school basketball world, I mean, it's all Catholic schools. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Like, those are besides like Oak Hill, right?
Right.
I mean, I think there's only a few of them, but then I think of a lot of the other big ones. I mean, right in our neck of the woods, at least when I was still in SoCal, Mater Dei, Clay went to Santa Margarita Catholic school, the list goes on. Let's just say that. So, but then when you go to the college level, it seems like it's either Catholic / Jesuit schools that have a lot of those, solid programs. Yeah, Quantum's just giving you a little shout out here. Wow, at Crypto Catholicism, I learned something new every day with you guys. Yeah, no, we appreciate you, Quantum. I learned so much from Myron. It's unbelievable. And it seems like the relationship's mutual. We're all learning from each other. We're all building on our findings. So glad you're enjoying it.
Most definitely. Yeah. And just the image so you can see firsthand. Yeah, the visual, take it in is not by coincidence. The man, which they are making the greatest of all time, not even possibly in the NBA, but he's up there. I know they make Tom Brady as one of the greatest athletes of all time, but LeBron, his longevity and just him not having any blemishes outside of sports, them just building this character up for him to be just the greatest of all time of just natural professional sports. And the Bible, like it's the most powerful book of our lifetime, where religion is extremely like diversive. We have so many different practices, but the Bible is so impactful. And the fact that they just merged the two and have this ritual coming up, it means a lot.
Yeah, man, it makes me wonder, like, once this fully plays out, is this like the beginning of the end? Or like, if so, how is the next player, whoever that is, going to surpass a biblical
Right.
ritual like this? I mean,
Right.
granted, he's been in the league for what, 23 years?
Yeah.
So for me, I mean, to answer Mr. S's question, I mean, do you guys think he's retiring this year? It
No.
wouldn't surprise me at all. It wouldn't
No.
surprise me in the year 23 retires, but I feel that, well, in case you're late, Mr. S, I said if LeBron does not get to the 16-11 this year, which is very unlikely, he's absolutely coming back.
Yeah.
I'm
He
very
has to.
confident. I'm very confident he's going to hit that this year. But yeah, I don't know. Why do you feel there's no way he's retiring this year, Myron?
I had a conversation. His Instagram name is Golden Deception. He's somebody that's in gematria also.
Yeah, Chase.
He has
He's in
some,
San Antonio. I'm going to see him next
yeah,
week.
yeah. He puts out a lot of great stuff on the
Yeah.
Spurs, but he pointed out that Michael Jordan, the years of the GOAT. So the year of the GOAT is when Michael Jordan retired from the Wizards. That's the year LeBron was drafted into the NBA. And the next year of the GOAT is in 2027. So he said he can see like LeBron possibly retiring in the 2027 season.
You know what? That's a good one. That's a pi number too.
Oh, see,
it's a big math pi number. Yeah, no, that's actually a really good point. I was thinking too, just sidebar, I finally watched Him last night.
Oh no, how was that? I haven't seen it yet.
You haven't seen it? Yeah.
No.
I mean, I'm glad I saw it. I don't think I'll need to see it again.
Okay.
You definitely need to see it. It's only like an hour and 40 minutes or something, so it's not
okay. Yeah, I mean, you can't. It's just so crazy. You can only put so much into that movie.
Yeah, man. It was like kind of slow and kind of strange, where you're like, okay, what was that? You know, other than it just being creepy. And then like it goes from like 20 miles an hour to like 300 miles an hour in the last like 15 minutes of the movie. You're like, whoa, jeez. But yeah, no, overall, I mean, I'd probably give it like a, I don't know, a 6-7. That's a satanic pun, by the way, because the movie's extremely satanic, which equals 6-7. But yeah, no, I just assumed that you actually did see it already. But
yeah, I haven't seen it. I am gonna check it out.
There's I'm just gonna spoil it for you, at least one part. They throw a couple different numbers out there in the movie, of course. But there's a scene where he's in a sauna, and you start seeing the sauna temp go up. And as soon as I saw this scene start, like right when they zoom in on the temperature, it's like 198 degrees. It's 199, and I'm like, they're gonna pull this at 201, aren't they?
201.
And that's exactly what they did, bro. As soon as it hit 201, it goes to the next scene, and I was like, oh my god. Oh man. But all right, reeling it back in. King James, Robert Parrish, Lakers, crypto Catholicism, cryptocurrency, King James. Let's not forget about good old Charlie.
Oh my, yeah. So
and shout out to you, Myron. You call you're the only one I saw call this, as far as like, you know, when is LeBron coming back? And I don't know if this is a screenshot directly from the story you posted beforehand, but you were saying don't be surprised if LeBron comes back playing against Utah.
Yeah, I know. So they had put LeBron in the G League for whatever reason, had him start practicing, and then they bumped him back up to LA. And I thought they were going to have him return in Utah, because the Lakers play Utah back to back. They played back to back. But once again, like when this first happened, and you were covering all of the Charlie Kirk, like just the decodes and everything, you were spot on with everything. And the only thing that stood out to me, because I just been covering the King James portion, is what Charlie Kirk's name means, and what the original King James mean. They share the same name. It's just reverse Charles James Kirk. And hold on, can you read that for me? It's a little small on my end.
Yeah, James Charles Stewart is King James.
Yeah, there we go.
And then Charles James Kirk is Charlie Kirk's full name.
Right. So just a perfect time for a King James ritual, and perfect night for King James to return against the Utah Jazz, as we know Charlie Kirk, which was probably like the biggest ritual of our this calendar year, was the Charlie Kirk assassination. So he got
100%.
assassinated in Utah, and King James makes his return against the Utah Jazz.
100%, bro. 100%. Yeah. I think I was just so caught up in the Charlie Kirk side of things. I kind of forgot about LeBron for a minute. So, yeah, I mean, my goodness. He comes back in Utah a couple months after Charlie Kirk is shot and killed in Utah. I just thought of this too, because as we segue into kind of this next part of your presentation,
yeah,
you know, I added these extra little visuals with the flags. Well, if you didn't know this, you can, if you guys ever were bored and wanted to go Google Maps, like where the shooting was with Charlie Kirk, in Orem, Utah, he right behind where he was sitting was like a kind of a bridge, with a bunch of flags hanging over the top of it, and it's called the Hall of Flags. So that's kind of interesting, just with this next segment that you break down about, you know, King James merging Scotland, England, and Ireland.
Yeah,
right?
and
So,
I mean, to no surprise, like he was the Irish in high school, and I believe we shared it on our last stream. But even Saint Vincent, Saint Mary, they got their school name because the school Saint Vincent merged with the school Saint Mary. So for LeBron to be King James, to play at a high school that was merged, and the original King James, he merged those three countries. It's just, even LeBron playing for the Cavaliers, the Heat, and now the Lakers, and winning a championship for three different sports teams, professional teams. It's just how much in sync he is with this King James storyline is unbelievable to me.
Yeah, no kidding. Really makes me wonder, like, where are they going with this? Makes me wonder, you know, when LeBron's number is called, what's that going to look like?
That's no tell.
Yeah, next we do have to touch on these 17s. You did mention earlier about LeBron sharing the same birthday as the building date, right? Of
yes, of the great, the Great Western Forum opened on LeBron's birthday, exactly 17 years before LeBron James was born. And of course, this is important because the King James Bible came out in the 17th century. LeBron James is born 17 years exactly of the Lakers' first home in Los Angeles, which was the Great Western Forum. And then he leaves the 17th state of Ohio to join the Los Angeles Lakers in his 17th season, and he wins the Los Angeles Lakers their 17th championship.
And that news about LeBron going to the Lakers first released on July 1st, the date written 7-1 or 1-7. So I wanted to throw that in there too.
Yeah, huge ritual.
So that kind of recaps and or adds on to where we're at with what we're noticing with LeBron James. So everybody keep an eye on tomorrow, especially if he's playing, keep an eye on Friday.
Yep.
But with what Quanta mentioned, I mean, Black Friday, we're not going to go into the, you know, the racist rituals and things like that surrounding a lot of black athletes. But for me, it makes a lot of sense if it happens on Friday.
Yep.
Against Dallas. So, or against Dallas, but in LA.
Yeah.
So next, I'm really excited to pick your brain on this next segment, the death of Rodney Rogers, which was what, only 2-3 days ago? Not even?
Yep. Rodney Rogers. Of course, I know about Rodney because I grew up a Clipper fan. So that was my introduction to Rodney Rogers as a child.
He is yoked, dude.
Yeah, he was for sure looked like the strongest man in the NBA when I was young.
Yeah, him or David Robinson.
Yep.
But yeah, take it away, man. If you wouldn't mind just kind of elaborating a little bit on what you're seeing tied in with, you know, the death of Rodney Rogers, in the same couple of days as Chris Paul now out of nowhere announcing his retirement.
So two, what automatically stands out is Wake Forest. They're called the Demon Deacons, which is an interesting name for any college or professional sports team, no matter who you're playing for your program to be called, have the word demon in it. Is significant to me. But Chris Paul, so he announces his retirement. He played at Wake Forest. He announces it going into Thanksgiving break. And again, the 17 years ago, Rodney Rogers was in this accident that paralyzed him. Chris Paul does go by CP3. And a small little tidbit that I saw was that Rodney Rogers, he broke his C3 and C4 vertebrae. So that's what paralyzed him. Just the synchronicity in that. The fact that the Demon Deacon does ride a bike, and Rodney Rogers was paralyzed in a bike accident. And if you look at how the Demon Deacon even got his name, they were the Wake Forest football team. They beat a school called Trinity, and Trinity, again, biblical ties, the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, which is the Trinity. Trinity University is now the Duke Blue Devils. So even having such a biblical program, go from Trinity, and then now you're named the devil, and that program was responsible for another university inserting the demon name into their program. That stood out a lot to me.
So yeah, so Trinity College is no more. It became Duke.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know enough about the history of it, but when you were pointing out the Demon Deacons and how Trinity is now known as the Duke Blue Devils that you have there on the bottom right of the image. Once again, you guys, most of these images were all taken directly from Myron's story on his Instagram. So please make sure to go give him a follow on Instagram and keep an eye out when he posts his stories. I always prioritize it when I see your stuff pop up. But yeah, so okay, so we have Trinity College became Duke. Duke is the Blue Devils. They play in the same conference, right, as Wake Forest?
I believe so. Yes, they do.
Yeah. Okay. And then you have the Demon Deacons versus the Blue Devils, and they're both Catholic schools. What the hell is this? Pun intended. Like what?
Yeah.
But that's creepy, man. Just the mascot riding around with a bike.
Yeah. The demon. And of course, Rodney Rogers, he was pronounced dead, or the news went out as him dying. He's 54 years old, and that's the jersey number that he wore as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, he wore 54 his entire career, college.
His entire career. Yep.
Yeah. Let's not forget that Jesuit order equals 54.
Yeah.
You know, got to throw that in there. And then yeah, when you found this, he broke his C3 and his C4, and CP3 is retiring. Like, oh, I don't know, man. That's
and I was thinking the Trinity also being the Father, Son, the Holy Spirit, the three, both of them, Chris Paul and Rodney Rogers, shared three professional teams that they played for. They were both on the Hornets, they were both on the Clippers, and they were both on the Suns.
Yeah, CP3 really made his rounds. Like I thought, there was a point where I thought he was going to be a lifer in Charlotte. You know,
man.
But that was when the league still owned the team, right?
Yep.
With the whole botched Laker trade. I'm sure there's a lot more behind that too. Kind of reminds me of the Luka trade.
Most definitely.
If you even want to call it that.
The trade that made 0 sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. So we touched on Rodney Rogers, his death coinciding with CP3, him announcing his retirement at the end of this year. The C3 and the C4 vertebrae, motorcycle accident, Demon Deacons. Look at the mascot. My God, you guys. Whoo. Okay. I'm just keeping an eye on the chat here. Let's see. Wake. Tammy says wake is a Catholic visitation portion of a funeral. Yeah. Yeah, that's
wow.
Right. Going to the wake. That. Yeah, you never heard of like where I got to go to a wake?
Oh, yes. No, you're correct. Yeah, I have. Yeah.
So, yeah, good addition, Tammy. That's a good one for sure.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Okay. And then really lastly, I didn't have many other images or slides on this, but I know that you were, because I didn't even really know about this until I saw your story again, where you were kind of pointing this out. I was like, this is interesting. And especially with my ties with Clay, I wanted to pick your brain on what were you seeing about?
So the bad boy image that they have Ja Morant, and his history with using firearms or guns. It's the way you pretty much like make fun of the police is like F12. So there's always pictures. If you look at F12, is just people in the streets or people that have like that gang mentality or that just outside like hood mentality that they don't like the police. But what I saw and I pointed out was that John Morant wears number 12. So it looks like they're building up something to either have him like in trouble with the law that's carrying over to the NBA, just somebody who has all this talent but can't let his street persona like just die out or die down. So I did have that. I did also notice that he does play for Memphis. If you look at John Morant's rookie card, there's two rappers, one who got killed, Young Dolph, and then another rapper from Memphis. His name is Key Glock. Those two are like photobombed in John Morant's rookie card. And Key Glock, of course, a Glock is a gun.
Key
But
Glock.
yeah, exactly. But just their whole, like what they're doing, even his incident with Klay Thompson, he ambushes the post game interview and he's talking about who the best shooter is. I don't know what direction they're going in with John Morant, but it does seem like it's gonna be like a mockery, even with him wearing the number 12, and like people who are opposed against the police, they call the police 12 in the street. So just paying attention to it. Who knows if Ja is going to have a big incident outside of the NBA that lands him like in jail or what. But it's funny to me what they're doing with Ja Morant. It seems forced. He didn't really carry himself like this at Murray State, but like I said, I don't know what's going on with this storyline.
Mr. S had a good addition. Ja and Zion, both names biblical, and both were drafted one after the other.
Yep. Yeah, I thought Zion was gonna be like the next, because that's like the place in the Bible, like that's just where you look to reach. You want to reach Zion, and right now I thought because Jordan Poole, he joined the Pelicans with the Jordan River in the Bible, and even their rookie's last name is Queen right now, who's been killing everybody. He's like the baby Joker, but his last name is Queen. So I thought like Zion would be the man to take over after LeBron left, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the case.
Hey, look who's in the chat. What's up, Golden? I look forward to seeing you next week.
Yeah.
We were just talking about you, brother.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you know what? That was the reason why that I mentioned him. I'm Chase Golden Age. I'm guessing that you saw him at this point. If not, I'm not going to spoil much for you other than the fictional football team, right? That Cameron Chase, this groomed quarterback, right? And then Marlon Wayans' character, they're playing for a franchise called the San Antonio Saviors.
Wow.
So like when you think about all the satanic connections, I was like, oh, this is perfect. San Antonio 122, San Francisco 122, located on the 122nd Meridian, home of the Church of Satan. And then you got all the satanic stuff in the movie.
Man.
Yeah. So, okay. Yeah. It sounds like he's seen it. Yeah. I'm sure we'll definitely be chopping that up next week when we get together.
Yeah.
And then also shout out to, who is it? Yeah. Well, Golden Age, the Thompson submachine gun, also known as a Tommy gun. So he's got Thompson on his back. Okay. I'm seeing it now. Tommy gun. Ja, and I don't want to hijack your prediction, but if something happened with Ja where he gets traded, where he gets sent somewhere else, I mean, I really got two in mind, but it just falls in line with what we talked about with the Agent Zero Gilbert Arenas stuff.
Yeah, man, you killed me with I couldn't sleep after you told me about that, because I'm like, how did I not see that? But once you said it, my mind started racing after that.
Yeah, for those interested, the gist of it is that isn't it kind of weird that right when the Washington Bullets changed their name to the Washington Wizards is when you have Agent Zero Gilbert Arenas come in, and then he gets banned for life with all of his gun stuff. That happened, and then yeah, Mr. S. I mean, this is more what Myron texted me. He was just like, man, wouldn't that be crazy if he ends up on the Wizards, or even the Bulls for that matter? I mean, I doubt the Bulls would probably fucks around with John and see what happens, but like something like the Wizards, maybe they would be like, yeah, we'll take them.
Yeah, and the Washington Bullets started in Chicago.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
they were the Chicago Packers, and they moved to Washington and became eventually the Washington Bullets, which are the Washington Wizards now.
Yeah, so you got the Chicago Bulls and the Washington Bullets. You know what? And you know how this is all tying full circle? You've done a lot of great stuff on Derrick Rose.
Oh man, yeah, I love Derrick Rose.
And where did Derrick Rose go to college?
Yep, Memphis. Yep,
Yeah, he went to Memphis, and then
yep,
he went to Simeon
yep.
in Chicago, right? And then what's the
Chicago.
big, who was the other big draftee out of Simeon way before Derrick Rose?
Who, Benji or before
Benji.
him? Oh
Benji,
yeah, yep. Who
right?
got
And then
shot?
Benji, he was shot, right?
Yep, yep.
Who's the other? Who? Oh, I'm thinking of the other guy was Len Bias, right? He overdose or
Oh,
something like the
was
night he
he
got
heart
drafted?
attack? Yeah, I think he had a heart attack or something like that on the court.
Yeah, but sorry, I'm kind of going all over the place. But Derrick Rose is important because they're retiring his jersey next month or in
Yep,
January, right?
yep. Another person who his last season with the Bulls was 2016. He played 66 games
And who got
before he
shot
left
during
Chicago.
that CDC shooting that we talked about? The officer, right? The
Oh,
officer in
D
that
Rose,
CDC.
yeah,
D
Officer
Rose.
D Rose got shot. Yep,
Yeah. Yeah,
yep.
exactly. So, man, I don't know. I'm kind of sick of John Morant, being honest with you. Just like
Yeah, I don't care for
I'm
him. I
surprised he's
think he
still in the league.
sucks.
I'm
Yeah, he
surprised he's still
sucks.
like, oh, he's had a cool high flying dunk every once in a while. And it's like, other than that, like,
Yeah, I've had conversations with people that I've played ball with, and they were like, "What is he gonna do once he can't dunk?"
yeah, he's certainly not a shooter. Let's put it that way. No
Exactly.
matter how much he wants to be, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's funny too, right? It's like, you know, okay, Ja's not really known for being much of a shooter, and then you got Clay. All he's known for really is being a shooter. I mean, he's a
Exactly.
great defensive player. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
I mean, that's his whole thing. But anyways, I think we hit it all, top to bottom.
Yes, sir.
And there's always more to add, right? So I'm excited for the next one. I'm sure we'll probably tee something up maybe in the next couple weeks, maybe sooner, depending on what happens on Friday, right? Like we could probably
Most definitely. I'm a definitely check. I might actually sit down and while I don't watch any of this stuff live too much, but I might sit down and watch Friday's game live to see if I find anything.
so long as he's playing. I think that's the other thing that's so frustrating about LeBron. They've been doing it for years.
Yep.
He's always game time decision. Always. Even if he's fully healthy, he could have played, 20 straight games in a row. No problem.
Yep.
Off of a triple-double, and then with 3 days off, he's game time decision.
Yeah. There was a lot of because I'm out in LA, there was a lot of heat because so many people at the beginning of the year had opening game tickets for the Lakers. And the ticket prices plummeted when he was announced that he wasn't playing at the beginning of the season. So a lot of people lost a lot of money on those tickets because Laker prices are crazy.
Oh, I could only imagine.
Yeah.
I could only imagine. Yeah, what? And who they barely beat last night? Was it the
Jazz again? It's the Jazz again. Yeah, they've had them back to back.
That's right. So now they're flying back to LA. They're going to host the Clippers.
Yeah. And these are the NBA Cup games, so I think that might have some significance in its own right.
Oh man, I was asking the chat about this probably over the last week or so. Does anybody know or Myron, do these NBA Cup games count for player tallied records? Like,
that's a great question. I don't follow it enough. I hate the tournament, so I don't even follow it enough to know if it goes on their record or not. That's a great question.
If I'm not mistaken, from what I recall, was that they do count except for the championship.
Got it. Okay. So it's part of their regular season record still.
Yes. That's my understanding, but I challenge everybody to do their diligence and make sure that that's for sure.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, maybe that's just another part of the ritual. Oh, now it's the cup, and I don't know. I think it's funny that I've seen like memes and stuff where people are like, "What the hell are going on with these NBA Cup courts?"
Yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible.
Like a blood neon red court, like you could barely see anything. You're just like, "What is this?" You know, they blow it up bigger than the NBA Finals. You look at last year's NBA Finals, and it's just like a little trophy, and
the NBA Cup is just this huge event.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay, Mr. S says, "Hey AJ, they do except for the tournament." Okay, all right. So
Okay,
I think I got that right. So
yeah.
So gotta make an asterisk on that. If the Lakers are in that championship game of the NBA Cup, then it's a wash. Like that doesn't count, right?
Wow.
As far as
so
the countdown to 16-11.
Okay, got it.
Does that make sense? Like if the Lakers do get to the final NBA Cup or whatever,
the championship doesn't count.
Yeah, then we're just gonna gloss over that one.
Right? Got it.
Yeah, Travion. Yeah, this is another good case for why, LeBron could retire this year. He'll turn 41 in his 23rd season. King 41 and 23. As the King wears number 23.
That's a great point.
Closing out the year of the snake, Kobe.
Yeah, and his mother had him young. She'll be 58, which is King James' death age. His mother will be age 58 next year in 2026.
Like secret society, Freemasonry, big occult number. Yeah, so these are all good additions. There was another one about the deacons that I kind of glossed over really quick. I think it was Tammy. Yeah. So back to the demon deacons thing, right? Tammy pointed out about the wake. When you go to a funeral, like there's the wake, right?
Right.
But don't forget about deacon. A deacon is also a step in for priests.
Yeah.
So in light with everything we're talking about, what's all happening simultaneously, all in the world of basketball, really, right? It's very, very biblical, so to speak.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
But yeah, just catching up with the chat here. Yep. No, good point. Good point, Golden. Year of the Snake is still, it's still in, until Michael Jordan's next birthday, for sure. But once again, if LeBron were to retire this year, he retires at the age of 41 wearing number 23. Right. That's the simple riddle why LeBron could retire after this year. But I think after talking with you a little bit more, Myron, and this is where Golden you came up in conversation, was that you were telling them about the year of the GOAT, which is in year 2027. So, I mean, is it far-fetched for him to ride out another 2 seasons? I don't think so.
No, it's not.
Right. Oh, you know what I just thought of? So then that means he would retire after 25 seasons, right?
Yeah. And possibly with both of his sons in the NBA.
Yes. And that's big because, and I just know this because of Rambo really talking about all the time rituals this year, because time equals 20 and 25, right?
Is 27? Is 2027 the year the Olympics come to LA?
Is it that, or is it next year?
I don't know. If anybody knows, I don't know.
Because it is in LA. I know that. Los Angeles.
Yeah.
2028.
Oh, 28. Okay.
Yep, 2028.
Okay.
But no, I just say that because think about all of the father time rituals going on with LeBron. Have you seen that commercial he's done with Jason Momoa?
Yep.
Him beating Father Time. Father Time's undefeated, but LeBron is giving him a run for his money. So, I mean, that could be a whole thing for him to retire after 25 years, a quarter of a century, and that maybe he goes down as Father Time. Like, no one's ever going to be in the league as long as LeBron. Maybe that's another thing that, like, he hangs his hat on. I don't know, do you happen to know who's been, like, the longest tenured NBA player ever? I don't. I was just curious if you knew that.
I don't know. I know when I was growing up, I know AC Green was known for being old in the NBA, but I don't know who's played the longest.
Maybe a quick Google. Let's see. Who spent the most years in the NBA ever? I mean, automatically, it's already saying LeBron.
Okay.
Oh, here we go. So here's the list. Let me just unshare screen here really quick. We'll get the list up. All right. So it's already LeBron. It's already LeBron. And then after that, you got VC.
That's right.
Vince Carter played 22, and then Robert Parrish played 21.
Yeah.
So by like total number of seasons, this is what we're looking at, not total number of games played, right? Big difference.
Yeah.
A player who plays, right, 80 out of 82 games a season is going to rack up a lot more games than someone who sits out quite a bit, right? So,
yeah.
Oh, and then Dirk, look at that. Right by, so after Robert Parrish, it's Dirk for most seasons played. How about that?
Wow.
You know, Myron, I just forgot. I forgot about this, but you and I have to do a stream on Like Mike, bro.
Oh yeah, we do the nights,
bro. The nights, the dog themes, and I said that because we've been talking a lot about that, but then also Dirk's in it.
Yep, he sure
like,
is.
Hey, can you sign this ball for me? Oh,
yeah,
it's for my niece. Oh, what's her name? Dirk. Yeah, so how about that, bro? I didn't know that. Robert Parrish with 21 seasons, and actually it looks like tied with Dirk with 21 seasons.
And those are the two that really are tied to LeBron's legacy.
Yeah, and speaking of legacy, followed by Kobe.
Man.
That is wild, dude.
And Vince Carter has Kobe's death. His birthday is on the day Kobe died.
Oh, that's right. He's born January 26th, isn't he?
Yeah, he's January 26th.
Well, and Mr.
And he retired. He retired the year Kobe died too.
Oh my God, that's right. He did.
Yeah.
And of course, he played for Toronto, where Kobe scored 81 points in a 666 game against Toronto.
Yeah.
Yada. Time rituals.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know, man. It's like, do you ride with the time theme where LeBron against Father Time equals 25? Does he go another 2 more seasons after this to end it with 25 seasons? Or to, you know, yours and Golden's point. Yeah. I don't know. I think I'm leaning the latter. I think I don't think he hangs it up after this year.
No way. I don't think so either.
So, all right. I think we hit it all. I mean, we're keeping it high and tight here, just under an hour. But I think we've covered a lot of ground, and there's always more to add on to this stuff. So, yeah, I guess I'll kind of start landing the plane here. Myron, I guess just as a reminder, you know, if you can just let the listeners know a little bit more about you, where they can find you, what else you're working on and or looking into. It could even be outside of what we've been talking about here. But you know, I'll just say I'm very appreciative that we were able to do this, and very much appreciate our friendship and just us being able to just bounce ideas and observations off of each other, because I think we both surprise each other at times where it's like, oh my God, how did I miss that? You know?
So. Yeah, most definitely. Even everybody in the chat with the wake and the deacon, I was so focused on like the demon part of the demon deacons, I didn't even put together biblically the deacon portion of things. So like I said, I'm always learning. Chase, Golden Deception, he's crazy. Like I look at the stuff that he puts up. My stuff is always, it's only on Instagram. I only post on my Instagram. It's my name. As you can see, he got game. The E's are 3, so it's H3 GOTTGAM 3 with an underscore at the end. That's where you can find me. Some of my stories, but I'm always learning. I'm learning from AJ. I'm thankful to chop it up with Chase now. Like, he's shown me a lot of things, like his connections are out of this world. I'm just constantly like paying attention. I'm really only focused on the LeBron portion, just because I believe it's like a biblical thing, and the fact that you can make such a huge ritual on the Bible. I do think something outside of sports that is huge is to come because of that, but like, none of us know the future. You never know what could take place, but that is just where I see like a huge shift coming, is after this biblical ritual is complete. But I could be wrong. Everybody else has so many like precise decoding with Cody. He puts out great work. So I'm a student, man. I'm always learning. I love the minds that you all have, and I just get excited to see it and see if we can uncover what we can on our time here on this earth.
Absolutely, man. I couldn't agree more. Thank you, Golden, again, for your contributions. Thank you for the compliment. I look forward to meeting you real time. Sometime next week we talked about? Something like that. We'll figure it out. That'll be great. It's always nice to meet some people face to face. I know a lot of folks in this community never get that opportunity.
Sure.
You know, you got to kind of be ballsy and put yourself out there and, you know, trust the connections that you make with people. But yeah, Golden Age called in on our weekly show a couple weeks ago and just blew the hinges off of you know, everything else we were already talking about. So that's why I do this. That's why I love to collab with people like you. And you know, you wouldn't have found me without Cody. I wouldn't have found Cody without Sean. And like that, that's just kind of how it works, right? We're all
right.
We all have our strengths and our weaknesses, right? You know, for me, I'm not the biggest astrology zodiac savvy, right? Like I know it's important, and it's I don't know. I'm slow when it comes to like really understanding that, but it takes time, and you know, I'm learning so much from all of you guys. So I really appreciate it. And without further ado, we'll wrap it up there. Myron, you and I will obviously stay in touch, and whether we do our like Mike stream, I don't know if you saw it. I'm pretty much done with my notes. I would just need to chop up some visuals.
Okay.
And I think I've already shared with you my notes too.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah. So, you know, when you get a chance to watch that, and or him, you know,
Yeah.
two completely different movies. But yeah, so just let me know when you get a chance to watch it. You know,
definitely.
And we'll pick it up from there. So
yes, sir.
All right, man. Well, without further ado, we will land the plane in the year of airplane and helicopter crashes. And just wishing you guys all a very good night. And final reminder for those that do tune into the weekly shows, Eye to Eye with AJ Rambo and Cody on Tuesday nights, we are now officially moving an hour earlier. Okay, 1 hour earlier. So instead of 7 o'clock your time, Myron, in LA, it's now going to be 6 o'clock.
Got it. Okay.
So on and so forth. So we were just talking about it. We said, hey, you know what? It's probably a good chance we can get some more people to tune in. Obviously, when we have a 3-hour show, how many people are listening to 3 hours? I get it. But hopefully starting earlier, it allows us to, you know, reach more folks. So
yeah.
But yep. All right, you guys. We'll see you on the next one. And until next time, thanks, Myron. Love always.
Yes, sir. Love.